And we're starting 5 Live this evening with a big revelation in the Sushant Singh Rajput death mystery case. In an interview to India Today, Sushant Singh Rajput's cook Neeraj has now come out to claim that the late actor had changed completely after he returned from a vacation in 2019 with Rhea to Europe. Now, India Today has accessed details of this 2019 vacation. For the first time, the details are out on what happened when the couple visited Florence, Italy with Rhea's brother Shoaik while they were on a holiday that took place in October 2019. Rhea Chakrabarti has told officials in her statements that the couple were holidaying in Florence, Italy in October 2019 when she, for the first time, witnessed Sushant's alleged mental illness. Follow what I'm saying closely, ladies and gentlemen. October 2019, Sushant and Rhea go for a vacation to Florence, Italy. And now Rhea has said under interrogation to the police that it was on this vacation that she first noticed, quote-unquote, Sushant's mental illness. Sources tell India Today that Rhea has claimed that while they were staying at a heritage hotel in Italy, Sushant hallucinated about some paintings in their room. This is what Rhea has said. Rhea and Sushant, along with Rhea's brother Shoaik, then left for a detoxification center or a rehabilitation center in Austria. But Sushant was not feeling well, and so they left from there as well. The couple were to return to India on the 2nd of November, but had to advance their return by 4 days to October 28th. Follow what I'm saying carefully. According to Rhea, Sushant had very little energy upon his return and would remain silent for long hours, is what Rhea has now claimed. She's told the police that since the couple's return, Sushant's condition worsened and sometimes he would start shouting and screaming and inexplicably start crying as well. On the 8th of June, Sushant told Rhea that she should go back to her residence and this would help her also recuperate from the couple's shared trauma of his mental state. Rhea had also sought an appointment with a psychiatrist for herself. Even after going back to her residence, she wouldn't step out of her room till she heard Sushant's death news on the 14th of June. This is what Rhea Chakrabarti has said under interrogation in a statement to the police. Sushant had even messaged Shoaik and asked about Rhea's well-being on the 10th of June via SMS. So these are the words that we're getting to know from our sources that Rhea Chakrabarti has said under interrogation and questioning by the Mumbai police. I want to go across now to India Today's Divyesh Singh live with us from Mumbai. Divyesh, startling revelations coming out that add more shape, to what we already know and what has been in the realm of conjecture so far. A vacation that Rhea and Sushant took in October last year to Italy, where Rhea apparently says that is where she first noticed Sushant Singh's alleged mental illness.
Yes, Shiv, this was in October 2019 when Rhea Chakrabarti along with her brother Shoaik and Sushant had been on a Europe tour. They visited France, Italy and Australia while they were vacationing over there. And while they were at a hotel, a heritage hotel in Florence, Italy, there was a painting put up on the wall where Saturn is seen devouring a child. And Rhea and Shoaik were in another room while Sushant was alone in this room. When Rhea returned to this room, she saw that Sushant was trembling. He was in a state of shock and also was chanting using a Rudraksh in his hands. When asked about what had happened, Sushant somehow managed to tell her that he could see the figures that were there in the painting inside the room. And that is when she first witnessed a bout of Sushant's mental illness for the first time after which the couple traveled to Austria at a detoxification center, but they had already booked a particular day's stay at this center, but they couldn't complete it because Sushant wasn't feeling well, and that's why they had to leave and return back to India. Even after their return to India, Sushant was not well, and he would start screaming at some times or start crying, inexplicably crying at some times. He would stay, he would remain in his room for long hours, would not talk to anybody, and this was all happening after they returned from the Europe tour, and after which Sushant sought help of psychiatrists and psychotherapists after knowing that he was not well, he had to seek medical help. He had seen several psychotherapists, several psychiatrists, and that is there in the statement that has been reported by the Mumbai police as well. They have already recorded statements of 4 psychiatrists and a psychotherapist who had been treating Sushant Singh Rajput, and this Sushant's condition had worsened. Also, remember, we had earlier also reported people close to Sushant had already said, Ria had also said that Sushant had stopped taking medication days before his suicide, and that has come to light in statements of people working for him at his residence as well, that Sushant had stopped taking medication meant for his medical illness, and that is where his condition deteriorated and seems to be the reason that he took this extreme step of ending his life.
Divesh, the question that also needs to be asked is, you know, these are sensitive details of a deceased person's mental illness. Why are these details coming out in this kind of piecemeal manner? You know, because there are many laws that apply here. There is patient, you know, privilege and confidentiality. After all, we are talking about somebody's mental illness as well. Has anyone been able to explain why these details are coming out at this time and why they're coming out at all?
Shiv, remember, Mumbai police had never shared these details earlier. They've never shared these details regarding his mental illness or what the psychiatrist had been saying or what kind of treatment Sushant was undergoing for. It was only at a very later stage that the Commissioner of Police came on record and said that Sushant Singh Rajput was suffering from bipolar disorder. When there were several things going on, there were several theories, several speculations being made that it was a murder, that it was there was some conspiracy theory behind his death. There were several people responsible. Earlier it was nepotism. Then there was another theory that there was a party at his residence. The earlier night there were names of some politicians being dragged, some Bollywood celebrities' names being dragged, and then finally it comes to light that it was nothing of that sort had happened, because Mumbai police had seen the CCTV footages. They had recorded statements on each and every person connected to Sushant Singh Rajput, and now these statements are also with the agencies that are carrying out the probe. Remember, Ria Chakrabarti has also recorded her statement with the Enforcement Directorate. She had visited the Enforcement Directorate twice, and she was asked about asked several details about her stay with Sushant Singh Rajput and various others.
Okay. Divesh, thank you for that. You know, many of our viewers will be wondering why such details are coming out at this time, and I want to say it very, very clearly that these details are coming out from those involved in the investigation. There has been a great deal of you know, to and fro between the Bihar police, the Maharashtra police, and all of that is now in the Supreme Court at this point of time. And all of the allegations so far are unsubstantiated. So that is something we need to keep repeating, because remember, you have Ria Chakrabarti, whose details are coming out now. She's complained in the Supreme Court now against what she sees as a media trial, but I can assure you that here on India Today, we will only report facts and proceedings. I want to go across now to India Today's Munish Pandey, who's also live with me from Delhi. Munish, can you bring us up to speed on where the investigation is currently? You know, all of these details coming out, many of them highly unsavory. It is precisely the reporting of such details that, you know, Ria Chakrabarti has gone to the Supreme Court against. Where do things stand as of now?
Yeah, well, Shiv, in this case, apart from the investigation, what is important is the war of perception. And if you see at the series of, information which has been provided from both the sides, initially it started from Riya Chakravarti, where she sent a note that Sushant Singh had written for Riya Chakravarti and family members that how close they were, because there were allegations that Riya Chakravarti was trying to separate Sushant Singh from the family members. Also, she was controlling the life. Now, these details are coming out in public domain. It is very unfortunate that the person has died, but the details about his mental health are now being shared with the media. On the other side, there were allegations by the politicians that Sushant Singh was very distant from the family, and then there was the other side came up with the CDR reports that Sushant Singh's father spoke to his son in November 2019. The sister speaks on regular basis. So these are the details which are being shared in public domain by both the sides, because this is not only about the investigation but also about the perception, because believe it or not, this is not only limited to ED, Bihar Police, Mumbai Police or CBI, but also a lot of social media activities are also going behind back doors, and this is why this becomes very crucial as far as this case is concerned. As far as investigation in this case is concerned, ED is probing money laundering angle. As far as 15 crore allegation is concerned, there is no direct evidence, but the ED is recording statement of many other people because they need circumstantial evidence that indeed Riya Chakravarti was using Sushant Singh Rajput's money. But as of now, they are only recording statements. They are yet to find any concrete evidence. CBI at this point of time, they have recorded Sushant Singh's father's statement, but they cannot go in Mumbai and visit the crime scene because there is a problem of territorial jurisdiction till the time Supreme Court is not giving its verdict. So, end of the day, it is unfortunate that a person's mental health is being, technically given to media that how unwell he was. On the other side, the investigation is still going on.
Okay, Munish and Divyesh, thank you for joining me on that. Let me now summarize for our viewers the top developments that have taken place in Supreme Court. Remember, that's right, this has been playing out in Supreme Court virtually all day today. And after those dramatic arguments in court, the verdict on Riya Chakravarti's plea seeking transfer of the case has been put on hold at least till Thursday. Let's take you down the big developments from court. Riya's lawyer told the court that the actress loved Sushant and that now she's being attacked and trolled. The Bihar police on its part has argued that its FIR is valid and that the Mumbai police has failed to carry out a proper investigation. Remember, the Mumbai police has to file a reply to the Supreme Court in an earlier case as well. The Maharashtra government, represented by Congress leader and lawyer Abhishek Manu Singhvi, has countered the transferring of the probe and said that it will be a subversion of federalism. Tushar Mehta, arguing for the CBI, meanwhile, has said that the agency had already begun its probe, and since the Bihar and Mumbai police were at loggerheads, a third agency must be handed over the investigation. Anisha Mathur is with us live from outside the Supreme Court. Anisha, this court has reserved its judgment till Thursday at the very least. Just take us through what the court is going to be specifically deciding on. We do know that there is a matter of jurisdiction and who will, actually investigate the case. There is also the issue of this media trial that very importantly Riya Chakravarti has pleaded on. She says that this is an unfair slanging match that is taking place where she cannot defend herself, and it's become something of a kangaroo court against her.
Well, Shiv, a very, very detailed hearing happened today for almost 3 hours. The hearing happened in the Supreme Court. And what we need to see is the fact that apart from the issue of jurisdiction, what this hearing really was basically a turf war between Bihar and Maharashtra over who will investigate the matter. And in fact, a political war of words between the two state governments. On both sides, barbs were fired, with the Bihar government saying that the son of the Maharashtra chief minister has been named in media reports, while the Maharashtra lawyer, that is Abhishek Manu Singhvi, saying that the Bihar government only got involved because there are elections coming up. Allegations of political angles and biases were rife during the 3-hour hearing, but effectively what the court, to answer your question, effectively what the court has to look into is the issue of jurisdiction. Could the Bihar government have filed this FIR in the first place? That in itself is the base question before the apex court, that did the Bihar government, was the Bihar government legally correct in filing the FIR? Now, of course, Maharashtra as well as Riya Chakrabarti have been arguing that the entire offence happened in Maharashtra, in Mumbai. There is no jurisdiction for Bihar to have ever stepped into the controversy.
Yes.
Bihar, on the other hand, as well as the centre, arguing that since the Mumbai police never filed an FIR, there was only an inquest proceeding, the father of the deceased as an affected person had every right to file the FIR, and because it is such an important issue, the government decided to send it to the CBI because the investigation would not just be in one state but in multiple states. Now we'll have to wait and see at least till Friday what happens, what the court finally decides. Remember, the issue of transfer to the CBI is not what is before the court. What is before the court is the base question of could the Bihar government have filed this FIR, and if they filed the FIR correctly, should this FIR not have been transferred to Mumbai? And that is what we are expecting the Supreme Court to answer. By Thursday, they have asked all the parties to file written submissions. So by Friday or Monday, we are all sides at least would be hoping that this judgment will come.
Okay, so the judgment will provide that long anticipated clarity on the jurisdiction issue. It's become a pitched battle, as Anisha said, between the Maharashtra police and the Bihar police at this point of time, with the CBI saying with both these state polices fighting, it's only right that the CBI investigate this independently, if that's even possible at this point of time. You've seen how much information has been leaked and already come out at every level. Anisha, thank you very much for that. India Today has also accessed call data records of Sushant Singh Rajput. Well, the latest batch at any rate. The call data records of the late actor show that on the 8th of June, 6 days before his death, and the day his ex-manager Disha Salian allegedly died by suicide, Sushant Singh Rajput dialed his sister Meetu. The conversation between the two went on for almost 1.5 hours. According to the call data records, the last telephonic conversation between Sushant and Riya took place on the 5th of June. That's 9 days before his death. Sushant dialed Riya at around 8:20 in the morning, and the call lasted for about 114 minutes. Then Riya dialed Sushant back around 10 in the morning, and the call lasted only about 3 minutes. Although the actor's call records show numerous calls with Riya in December last year, January, February and March 2020, Sushant and Riya made no calls to each other in April. They were in conversation in May again. Sushant also spoke to his father KK Singh on the 18th of May and the 19th of May. He also made calls to his father in October and November 2019. Sushant also spoke to OP Singh, his brother-in-law, who is in the police, in January, February and May 2020. And now we come to the story of WhatsApp messages. We're going to show you some WhatsApp messages now sent by Sushant's father KK Singh to his girlfriend Riya Chakrabarti and her manager Shruti Modi in November 2019. Sushant's father is seen in these messages asking Riya why she's ignoring him and pleading that as a father he has every right to know about Sushant's well-being. Watch this detailed report.
Did Riya Chakrabarti stop Sushant Singh from contacting his family? Why couldn't Sushant's family get in touch with him? In a sensational development, Sushant's father, KK Singh, has made public WhatsApp chats from November 2019, where he seems to be pleading to Riya for information about his son's health. A single WhatsApp message was sent by KK Singh to Riya Chakrabarti on 29th November 2019 at 12:34 p.m. It reads, "Now that you know that I am Sushant's father, why are you not talking to me? What is the issue? You're looking after him and getting him treated as a friend. As a father, it's my duty too to know everything about Sushant. Please call me and give me all the information." On the same day, at 12:16 p.m., Sushant's father also sent a WhatsApp message to Shruti Modi, Riya's manager. It said, "I know that you look after all of Sushant's work and him. Whatever state he is in now, I wanted to speak to you about that. I spoke to Sushant and he said he was very worried. You tell me, will a father not be worried about his son? That's why I wanted to talk to you. I want to visit Mumbai. Send me the flight ticket.
What's very, very important in this is it shows a consistent effort on the part of the family to get in touch with Sushant, knowing his whereabouts, knowing the situation around him, knowing that Rhea Chakravarti was controlling everything around him. The father is in Patna and Sushant and Rhea are in Mumbai. So in a way, if you see, all connection or all communication with him is clipped off. It's just cut off.
Sushant Singh's father, on whose complaint the FIR was filed by Bihar police, has accused Rhea Chakrabarti of abetment to suicide. The late actor's family has also alleged that Rhea kept Sushant at a resort for 3 months, and that Rhea and her family were managing Sushant and his business. The family claims that Sushant was on a downward spiral since then. The question is, did Rhea respond to these WhatsApp messages by Sushant's father? And if not, then why? Bureau Report, India Today.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.